Hey guys, how's it going? Tez back again with another episode of Sunderland Career Mode. Now we're coming into this one after some discussion in the comments on the last one as to who we should have a look at in the transfer market. So taking some of those comments on board, we have put an offer in here for Christian Teo. Would make a great winger in the Premier League, absolutely rapid. So fingers crossed we can get a deal for him. We went in last time with an offer for Nana Welbeck, someone who was suggested by a couple of you guys down in the comments, and we have had an offer accepted for him. So we're offering him a contract. He isn't going to be involved too much to start off with, which is why I gave him sporadic first-team player as his contract clause. We also have had a contract accepted from Eric Lamela at Roma, but I still don't know whether to go through with that one or not, so I have stalled it as we speak. So genuinely not sure what's going to happen there. And then we come back to the main menu, and it turns out Real Madrid are heavily interested in our two-star signings or two-star players of last year. Obviously, Nelson Oliveira topped the goal-scoring charts in the Premier League, and Kazuki Honda topped the assist-getting charts in the Premier League last season. So both are highly sought after. And as you can see, that we have just offered a contract to Christian Teo. We're also offering a contract to Juan Jesus, or Juan Jesus, I'm not entirely sure which one he prefers, but fingers crossed he will accept that. The lad from Inter, still young and rated at 23. And then here came the offers for Nelson Oliveira. We started off with a £20 million offer from Bayern Munich. Now I did ask on Twitter what to do when it came to this. I recorded this at about 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday. So I asked on Twitter, I was like, "Is anyone still awake? Can anyone help me? Because I am genuinely not a decision maker. That's why I ask for feedback in the comments all the time. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Please tell me what to do. Please help." So I asked on Twitter. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. 3 offers for Nelson Oliveira there. 24 million from Real Madrid, the biggest. So we have asked for 37 from all 3 teams: Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Atletico Madrid, to try and bring in some offers for Nelson Oliveira. A lot of money. Still wasn't sure whether to sell him or not, which is why I asked on Twitter. You know, like I say, follow me on Twitter because you may genuinely have a real-time effect on what happens in this career mode series. And 2 or 3 of you were still up and chipped in with some ideas, and we banded some ideas about for a few minutes, and it came back that Bayern Munich offered us 33.5 for Nelson Oliveira, and I did stall initially because obviously 33 million is a lot of money, but he is still only 22, and he is a huge player for us this season. And you can see there we did offer Alexandro a contract. We had an offer accepted for him, and also Adam, I think it's Yajic, Adam Yajic. That's how I'm going to pronounce it anyway. If I am wrong, do correct me down below in the comments, but I think it's Adam Yajic from Fiorentina, and confirmation that Christian Teo is going to be joining up with the squad. So absolutely delighted to get him. That gives us Adam Johnson, James McLean, Christian Teo, and Lucas Piazza out wide. So maybe we'll look to move Nolito on. But we'll have to wait and see if we can get any offers for him. And you will have just seen as well that Real Madrid have put an offer in for Kazuki Honda, of which I have counted £42 million, and I counted Bayern again with 37 after some more discussion on Twitter, and we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. But Alexandro is going to be coming into the club for £9.2 million. £40,000 a week on his contract. He's at 80 rated and only 23, so he's going to start ahead of Danny Rose, which means we can move on either Antonini or Phil Barsley, someone of that ilk. We are still stalling on the Juan deal because I'm not sure how much money I'm going to have. Obviously, we've got Adam Yajic still potentially to come in, but he did reject the initial contract, so I went back in and offered him another one, this time giving him a more important squad role. So fingers crossed he will accept that one, because he does look like a very, very good player. He's got the pace and acceleration of Honda, and he is a little bit taller. So fingers crossed he can do well. And then we got a bid in of £30.5 million. Real Madrid came out with 30.5 after I asked for 42. So I was cheeky again, asked for 37.5, because he is, at the end of the day, he is 28. He's been absolutely crucial to our first 2 seasons, but he is 28. He's going to start declining soon. So I'm thinking cash in on him now, because I'm not going to get offers like that next year. He had a storm. Both him and Nelson Oliveira had absolute stormers last season. So fingers crossed, and Nelson Oliveira can continue that next season. But I am going to accept this offer of £33 million for Kazuki Honda. I just cannot. It's just too good to turn down. So we're going to bring a lot of money in for Kazuki Honda, and obviously with a couple of players who we still want to bring in, like Juan Jesus, maybe Eric Lamela. You've seen Adam Yajic did accept the contract offer, so and I ran out of funds, so selling Kazuki Honda is going to free up the money to bring in Juan Jesus and Eric Lamela. So Kazuki Honda's gone. We are going to get £24.5 million into the transfer budget from that £33 million deal. We're obviously set to moderate board settings, so we get 75% of any transfer sold go straight into the budget, which freed up the money to bring Juan in. Obviously, because we'd taken our time, he pulled out, so I had to go back and offer him another contract, and the same with Eric Lamela. But obviously, Yajic was coming in as a competition for Honda, but with Honda leaving, I then needed competition for Yajic. So Eric Lamela and Yajic are going to be the two players that are going to sit in centre forward role behind Nelson Oliveira or Adriano up top. And by this time we've come to the first of the pre-season friendlies. We have Schalke. I did simulate the first two and then played the third just to get a feel of how the team played still. But Christian Teo gets his first goal for the club in his first appearance in a Sunderland shirt, which is fantastic. A 1-0 win over Schalke at home. Then we go away to Evian. I presume they're Swiss, judging by the badge. We do only get a 1-1 draw, but Nelson Oliveira with the goal coming off the bench. So we're delighted that he's still contributing. Obviously, I don't even know what I was thinking about maybe selling him. He's 22 and still rated at like 81, 82, 83. So he's still going to have a huge impact for us this season in the Champions League, in the Premier League, in the Capital One Cup and in the FA Cup. And then we came into this third game against Granada. So I decided to play this one. A few changes. Juan has gone into the starting lineup, as has Alexandro and Adam Yajic. So was just going to see how they played, and Christian Teo here manages to get the ball down out wide to Adam Yajic, who strikes it off the post, and unlucky for it not to go back in. But then Nelson Oliveira, trying to find a route back to goal, does get taken down, so we are going to pick up a penalty for that tackle from Nyom. Nyom! I don't know why that made me happy, but for some reason I really, really like his name. And you'll see I'm looking here for a decent penalty taker. That is going to be an issue. Kazuki Honda had amazing penalty and free kick stats. We now have lost that from the team, so I might look to bring in a cheap replacement, or maybe ensure that I have Sebastian Larsson still on the bench to ensure that we do have a set-piece specialist in the squad. So that's going to be something we're going to have to look into, and hopefully we can sort something out there. But 23 minutes in, Nelson Oliveira receives the ball into feet. A great turn and a finish into the top right-hand corner. I made it 2-0, and it was a comfortable game, to be completely honest. And it was only a pre-season friendly, so that's all we're going to see from it. We do obviously finish 2-0 winners, so we are coming into the next episode with some competitive gameplay, or almost competitive gameplay. The next game is the Community Shield against Manchester City at Wembley, because obviously we won the Premier League, they won the FA Cup, so we are going to meet them at Wembley, and they were the only team last year that really gave us a bit of trouble when it came to playing on Legendary. So it is going to be a tough game. And one thing I will ask, would you like to see that Community Shield game done as a live commentary? Obviously it is a one-off big game like we did with the Capital One Cup final, so if you'd like to see that game as a live commentary, you can see there on the left hand side, Community Shield final, Sunday, August the 10th, and eventually once the other things go, you can see that we're going to have Manchester United at home, first game of the season as well. So it's going to be a tough start to the year. But yeah, let me know down below what you think we should do with the Community Shield. If you would like to see a live com, I will do a live com for you. Let me know down below in the comments as well what you think of the signings we've made. I am pretty pleased with the way that the squad's looking at the minute, having moved a couple of players on, brought quite a few in. It has been another big change around in pre-season like it was last year when we brought the financial benefactor in. So fingers crossed they can all gel well together and we can have another successful season. So that is going to wrap this one up then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please do leave the video a like, that would be absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see you next time. So yeah, catch you later, guys.